We still ain't got no word from Miami. This is actually making me kind of sick. I'm not going to hold you up.
But the internet going crazy. It said, it said Steph wanted Giannis. Steph was asking for Giannis, and they gave him Kristaps Porzingis. You see niggas on the floor cracking up, bro.
This happens every year to where like a team almost gets exactly what they need, and then an organization says, "Nah, never mind." Like, why play those games, man? I'm sitting here looking at the exact same images from last night, basically. I'm looking at the same exact images. Like, why do we do this? And you know what's annoying is organizations, they get into a habit of saying, you know what? No, I think we can make it work out. I think if we get this piece, they'll stay. No, bro. It's over. It's over, man. It's over. And you know what? It was kind of over when they traded away Drew Holiday. But because you end up getting Damian Lillard, that held it off for a little while.
Right.
That held it off for a little while. But the fact that, I mean, nothing's happened since then. Nothing's happened since then. You haven't gotten anybody new. You've been trying to get players to build around this team for 2-3 years now. Hasn't happened yet. And then you do Damian Lillard so grimy. So grimy. He goes down with an injury and you waive him. Don't even get a hold of Giannis like, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what we're thinking. How you feeling about it? Did him dirty. That rubbed Giannis the wrong way, man. He ain't like that. He ain't like that. So, I mean, it's really over now. It's really over now. Because he the last one from the championship team. Now, you still got Portis, right? You still got Portis. But everybody else gone.
Yeah.
Everybody else gone. He's the last one. Then Mike Budenholzer, I mean, he was going through family stuff, so you can understand, you know, where his headspace was at, but fired him too. Like, man, the best thing we got out of this for the Lakers is Luke Kennard.
Man.
I just don't know. Oh, Chris Paul traded to the Toronto Raptors. That happened yesterday. He was traded to Toronto, and they're supposed to be working on a deal to get rid of him. Let's see. He's supposed to get waived at some point today, but Clippers sent veteran point guard Chris Paul to the Toronto Raptors in 3-team blockbuster, with the Nets shedding $7 million in luxury tax while acquiring draft rights to Vanja Marinkovic. Toronto plans to waive the 40-year-old Chris Paul soon, freeing him to sign anywhere else or retire after a Hall of Fame career with 12 All-Star nods and 11 All-NBA selections. Brooklyn gains young wing Akai Agbaji, 2032 second-round pick, and cash, while fans noted the irony of Paul's retirement tour sending him out of the country. That's kind of messed up.
Insane, bro.
That's messed up.
Insane.
And you know what's bothering me even more? as I keep thinking about it, Steve Ballmer is literally nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found in any of the things that transpired. Like they dropped that news about him doing the whole scam for Kawhi Leonard. That man ain't said a word since. Last time I heard from him, he did that ESPN interview with Ramona Shelburne.
You said when is the set again?
I haven't heard from him since the interview with Ramona Shelburne. He didn't even speak up on the Chris Paul issue. Yeah, we coming down to the last 15 minutes of the stream. Appreciate anybody that came through to watch. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you get a video like, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the eye test for pulling up.
Have to subscribe, man. Let that like button. You already know.
Let's talk about something else, man. Let's see. Where am I at? Where am I at?
Shoot, let's talk about it's a little off subject to a degree, but as y'all know, Mr. Playbook, man, he's a coach. And his team is going crazy right now. He coaches JV. Team going crazy right now in the division. And I can't lie, man. It's a long time coming, you know what I mean? In terms of he got some dogs on his hand.
Yeah.
How about that? Let everybody know, how you feeling about just the season in general, y'all starting everything, where y'all record at, all that.
I'm locked in on the next one, man. I'm not gonna hold you up. So right now we 14-2, and we got another division matchup Saturday at 11:30. I'm always just focused on the next one, man. Excuse me, but it's like the most difficult seasons to coach are the ones where you have an opportunity to win. You know what I'm saying? Only because it's more of the mental drain, because I'm always like locked in and focused and game planning at a high intensity level, practice, keeping them at that intensity level. So it's like, it's a mental challenge. So that's just me coaching a JV basketball team. Imagine a varsity team. Imagine a JUCO or a D1, or imagine an NBA team. What they go through I couldn't even imagine. Couldn't even imagine. Having an opportunity to win a championship and all that, I could not even fathom. I'm like 20 levels below NBA, and I'm talking about, man, I'm plopping down on the couch at the end of a long day, and I'm ready to be sleep. But yeah, right now 14-2. The goal is 15-2. Only focused on the next one. So right. I only gotta go. Let's talk about Saturday. I have to go into the gym and help my team figure out how to be 1-0 for the day. That's it. Not even 1-0. How do we win the first quarter? Right. That's the only thing. Just focused on what's in front of us, man. We got a chance to win the league championship. We got 2 more league games. Right now, we are 7-1. We already got our get back from the loss, so we already got that back. But yeah, that's the focus right now. Man, I'm looking at. Let's talk about the All-Star game.
Okay.
Let's talk about the All-Star game. I did a video. Couple years ago now, NBA USA versus NBA World. Okay. I said this should be the format, and they finally switched up. But now that I see the rosters side by side, this could get ugly quick.
Right. Do you think
Team USA?
Okay. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Team USA won. The first squad is Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Anthony Edwards, Chet, Jalen Johnson, and Tyrese Maxey. All right, that's squad one. Squad two is Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Steph, KD, LeBron, Kawhi, Donovan Mitchell, and Norman Powell. Shout out to the Miami Heat, Norman Powell. He made his first All-Star appearance.
Yes, sir. And peasy.
But Team World, Team World is gonna have Giannis, Danny Avita, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Pascal Siakam, Karl Anthony Towns, and Victor Wembanyama. Dog, Giannis could be playing shooting guard. Giannis could be a shooting guard for this lineup. Like, let's just talk about a starting five, all right? For Team World. I'll go, well, not even starting a five, just a potential lineup we could see on the basketball court at one time. Let's see. Let's go Luka. Well, let's go Luka at the 1, Giannis at the 2, put Karl Anthony Towns at the 3, put Wemby at the 4, and Nikola Jokic at the 5. That's a potential lineup we could see on the basketball court for Team World. Man. Or if we want to go best of the best, we'll go the 3 MVPs, Wemby and Luka Doncic. So we got Luka, SGA, Victor, Nikola Jokic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Please pick any 5, bro. Like, pick any 5. If they're and imagine if they're playing at their hardest. All right, they're just playing their hardest and trying to play their best game. This is not going to look good for Team USA. And we already got an issue right now where the conversation is this even America's game still? You know? So it's like, should we be doing this? Is this a good idea? Did we think this whole idea through?
I think we should. I mean, I don't necessarily. I don't know. I'm trying to think of how the format is, but I do want those guys, like, for the longest to play against each other, like USA versus World. Because, I mean, you know, if it is a loss or whatever, I mean, granted, they won't play hard anyway, but
facts.
I'm just glad that I guess I'm more or less happy. I am happy that it's not, you know, I'm American, but I'm happy that it's just not solely like an American game. Like, granted, I mean, we still dominate in the Olympics, but yeah, I don't overseas like get enough.
It's America's game. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't, so so they said Giannis can't shoot. I say this: when you got Nikola Jokic, Victor Wembanyama, and Luka Doncic all shooting over 35% from three, I don't think Giannis has to shoot. He doesn't have to. Don't have to shoot. But hey, I do want to point something out. Shams Charania said, tune into NBA Today trade deadline special, 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN and 4 to 5 on ESPN2. Shams, my boy, you had a whole 24 hours to have a trade deadline special. Woj would have been on his phone all day, dropping potential trades, talking about trades that already happened, the ramifications. Like I don't think you know. I don't think you understand the responsibility of the role that you play on today. I don't think you fully grasp the responsibility that one carries on trade deadline day. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. And you know what? This is why we need Woj back. You hear the music, you know what it's from. I don't believe that today is everything I expected. I expected Karl Anthony Towns to be involved in some deals. I thought Giannis was going to be involved in some deals. I thought we was going to see some movement from the Miami Heat. You gave me absolutely nothing except for Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard was the best you had for me today. That's the best you had for me today was Luke Kennard. Let's go down the list one last time before we unplug, man. Then I don't know what you got planned on tonight, but I'm planning on coming back, do a little 1 hour special later on tonight, talking about the whole day, what should have happened too. The Washington Wizards get Trae Young. They trade him away from Atlanta for C.J. McCollum, Corey Kispert. Stupid deal because you could have traded Young and gotten somebody. Biased opinion, maybe, but like Tyler Hero, or you could have traded him and gotten AO, right, from Chicago, a younger asset. CJ McCollum's like 32, 33, something like that, right? So it makes no sense for the direction that you're trying to go in, knowing that you're going after two other young players. Cavs, I like this move from them, getting Dennis Schroeder and Keon Ellis. Dennis Schroeder, floor general, can't hit open shots. He's a pest defensively, can guard 94 feet. Keon Ellis, defensive pest, can knock down open shots. I don't understand this deal from Sacramento, getting DeAndre Hunter, knowing that you have Zach LaVine, you have DeMar DeRozan, and you have Russell Westbrook. Why are we trying to get assets that could be better served for another championship-level team? Why are we hoarding assets? You don't need him. Let him go. Sarge went to Chicago first with 2 second-round picks. We'll see him later on. Kyle Anderson, Walter Clayton, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang, 3 future first-round picks for Concher, Londale, and Vince Williams. Jaren Jackson was involved in this deal, and in his mind, he should feel disrespected because they basically shipped him out in a 4-for-4 deal, and you're supposed to be somebody that's going for a max-level contract. Supposedly a defensive player of the year. That's what they said on your resume, all right? Now, once you got the job, turns out you lied. You're not a second option. That's not who you are, all right? You're a defensive-minded floor spacer. That's fine, but if I'm him, I'm offended by this deal. Chicago, you get Mike Conley, plan on letting him go. Jay Nivey, Detroit, you come up off his contract. You don't have to pay him. You get Kevin Huerter, you get Dario Saric, you get a first-round pick swap. You don't lose anything, but you gain space, you gain ball handler, you gain shooting, and you have a serviceable big coming off your bench behind Stewart and Duren. I think Detroit's going to have a very, very successful second half of the season. They're going to lock in that first seed. They're going to be a problem. I'm not saying, NBA championship, but I'm saying conference finals is a very, very high potential. Minnesota, they got cash considerations just to do nothing with it. Chicago, you get Anthony Simons and second round pick from the team in green. Nikola Vucevic is a healthy version of Kristaps Porzingis. Double threat, can shoot, can pass, can knock down free throws, has been known to space the floor and knock down wide open threes. This is a big move from them. The Bulls, they get Anthony Simons and they ship out Ayo, the same person with the same problem. Basically, Anthony Simons can score, can handle, can initiate offense, can get his own shot, all of those things. But now you got to pay him because he's in the last year of his deal. So what is that going to look like? James Harden asks out of another situation, asked out of Brooklyn, asked out of Houston, asked out of Philly. Asked out of the Clippers, and he's always said he's wanted to go to these places, and then he's asked out. He said he didn't ask out, but when you tell the organization, hey, if we can't get a deal done, it might be best to move on, that's you asking out. All right, last time I checked. But he goes to Cleveland. Yeah, you have Keon, Schroeder, Donovan Mitchell. You shore up your backcourt. You shore up your front line, too. Darius Garland going to the Clippers. He's played less games than Kawhi Leonard this season. He's only putting up 18-6, 18-7. And you expect him to, now that you look and see, hey, basically nothing really happened with LA, you're expecting him to be that second fiddle guy to Kawhi Leonard. Two guys, never healthy, trying to lead your organization, don't know how that's going to play out if the Clippers don't make more moves. I think Cleveland won that trade, though, because, you lose nothing. You're a fourth seed, and you gain 25, 6, and 8. This deal right here, Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum go for Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley, and a host of picks. This is what this deal means. It means you traded Luka Doncic. Essentially, you traded Luka Doncic for Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley, first round pick, second. That's what you got for Luka Doncic. And you were supposed to be a defensive juggernaut, win championships. And, Nico Harrison, rightly so, he was fired. He was rightly fired. But this is basically what we have to say that.
Should know your role and shut your mouth.
Happy about the Wizards, man.
So, Yep. So, hey, good for Washington. You get Anthony Davis. You get Chris Middleton off of there. You get D'Angelo Russell, who probably just going to walk out the door in the summer. You still got Trae Young. And don't pass on Carrington. Don't pass up on George and Sarr, young players. They could be a team that could be uncomfortable to play against, like the Atlanta Hawks, if things go right for them. Kuminga, Buddy Hield for Kristaps Porzingis. You destroy his value, and the best you can get out of this is Kristaps Porzingis, when we should be having a conversation of Kuminga, Hield, Moody, 3 second-round picks, 3 first picks, a pick swap for Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis. But you shot his value. He was putting up 15-5 and 3, 15-5 and 2 across 2 years. Should have been up to 20 points. Drop the minutes of Steph. Drop the minutes of Jimmy Butler. And when both of those guys are out, say, hey, Kuminga, go get 30. Put the ball in his hands. Let him go to work, which he's done in the past. The same guy that said, I don't have minutes on the Team USA for Jason Tatum next to Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James. Knowing he's the only all-NBA first-team performer on your roster, saying you don't have minutes for him, we should have seen it coming. Didn't have anything for Jonathan Kuminga. We got to talk about Steve Kerr and what type of coach he is at this point. But the last thing we're going to touch on before we get up out of here and unplug, I thought this was going to translate to something, where, all right, you get Ayo, you ship Rob out. He's probably going to Milwaukee. Giannis is going to be a Minnesota Timberwolf. Ayo, Julian Phillips for Rob Dillingham, Leonard Miller, and 4 second-round picks to the Chicago Bulls. Another organization that has no idea what they're doing. You send out 15, 3-4, 50, 40, and 80%. Why didn't you keep that next to Jaden Ivey? You got rid of Kobe White. Cool. Get rid of him. Keep him next to Jaden Ivey. Now you have a backcourt for the future. Instead, you don't know what you're doing at all. You have that backcourt. You have Josh Giddey. You can make something happen, right? You can make something special out of this. You can, if you pick your cards right. Why didn't you trade Vucevic for Kristaps Porzingis? Why didn't you do something of that magnitude? But instead, you're not smart. You don't know what you're doing. Fine, I get it. I'll give you a pass. I don't care. You're not my organization. What I'm concerned about right now, Shams better have some news about the Miami Heat. All right, he probably doesn't. So we're just going to have to get out of here, man. Yeah, Steve Kerr got to get out of there. But like I said, it's not my organization, so have at it. I mean, y'all can have them. Shams, man. Hey, you got to hold the L for today, bro. An entire L. But make sure y'all get this video, like, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the